Hi, hello, welcome back to my channel. That's Princess Things. In the previous HTML sessions, we have seen about introduction, editors, basics, elements, and now we are going to see about HTML attributes. Coming to HTML attributes are the things which provides us to additional information about the HTML elements. In the HTML elements we have tags and some links and everything under called as a HTML elements, body and head, everything. Related to these elements we will providing extra information what type of element that is and what we gonna do that with that element is everything. Extra information is given by using these HTML attributes. HTML attributes are the HTML elements are general. Some elements have attributes like for example all the elements like h1 tag and everything, image, as we see in attributes for hyperlink we have hyperlink aptitude A, where we have use an attribute of h reference. Like HTML elements have attributes. Some are optional and some are necessary, like that. Attributes provide additional information about the elements as we discussed, and attributes are always specified in the start tag. For example, tags have a start tag and end tag. These attributes are always specified in the start tag. For example, we have a tag in which hyperlink. Let's see that attributes usually come in the name or value page, like a name is equal to value. Usually attributes are like this, syntax is like this. Name, what is that name is equal to value, what type of value will be assigned to that attribute name. Like attribute follows this type of syntax. In this type of syntax should be present along with the starting tag only, specified in the starting tag. This is the rules of this HTML attributes. First one is it provides additional information about the HTML elements, and every HTML elements have attributes, and it should be specified in the starting tag and should be syntax like this, name is equal to value. For example, if you can see the h reference attribute here, you have a tag defines the hyperlink. This href is the attribute which specifies the URL of the page the link goes to. Here is the link. This is the link hyperlink tag. For using this link, for which page we have to go to the URL, which URL you have to visit with this tag, with this link. So that to be specified in this href attribute. This name is equal to value, where href is the name and attribute should be mentioned in the colon. I mean in this columns we have to include that link. So what the name you have to given for this will be given here in after the start tag and the end tag. This is the starting tag where we have given these attributes. As we discussed, attributes should be in the starting tag only, so it is defined here, and some content in that tag, and as usually closing tag of A. You can try this as we are tried this in the previous sessions also. Let's see once again. We have given h2 heading and a p paragraph and a hyperlink. We have given this v3 schools, visit v3 schools. You can click here and you will be redirected to this website. So that is Try It editor. And next, if you want more links on this, you can go to the HTML links chapter, and there we will have hyperlinks. What was the links what the syntax and everything. Here we can see HTML hyperlinks. We can this is known as a link and jump to the other document. If you click on that link, then you will go to another document. And also here is the syntax, h reference is equal to URL, and that link text will be gone through here, and like this a tag. And we have a target attribute and self, blank, parent, top, like this we will have, and absolute URLs and relative URLs. We all gonna discuss that things later on. Now see this page, you can go through this link and learn that things. We will see in the coming sessions, no problem at all. Now see the source attribute, which is used in the image tag. In the image tag, we have a source attribute which specifies the path of that image we are going to display. We have to specify the path of the image we are going to display in this attribute, like name is equal to value, or the URL of that path of that image should be specified here. And we also have another attributes along with the source, like width, height, and also we have a alternate. For example, alternate is equal to, for example, what I have given, image of a girl, image girl, I am giving the text here. And if you're gonna run these, no changes you can observe. For example, if I cannot change the path, if you're given a wrong path, then you're gonna run, then you will get the name of that alternate name which we have given, that will be printed. For example, if you do not have any network, proper network, it takes some time to load that image, then at that time also, until the page and the image loads, it gives the name of this alternate name which is given in this attribute value. I'm giving the correct name here, JRL girl. The path should be correct to give the image. And you can gonna change the size of the image also, like I'm making 100 pixel of height and and okay, 400 pixel of height. Let's see how it will be like this. It's not proper order. I'm giving a square type, same length and width, then it will get this 100 width image like that. So you can change the alter the widths and heights of that image with these are the attributes of that tag. Okay, this is all about a source tag which is used in a source attribute which is used in the image tag. The source tag will be two types of, we can specify the URL for this image. For example, absolute URL we have, that is links to an external image that is hosted on your other website. For example, external image we are going to display, if for example you can here have source is equal to, I have given https www.images. We are going to the specify path in this website in the images path. In the images path we are going to this content. We can get the path of the image from the external side, then it is said to be absolute URL. For a note, external pages might be under copyright. We can have copyright pages, like it is not licensed to permitted to use as that sites and that images. So at that time we do not have any we do not have any permission to use, and the users of those images will be violation of their copyrights, and they can copyright they can claim us for their products. So like that may happens. In addition, we can't control those external images, so it can be suddenly removed or changed. In that cases you can use this is not always permittable to use these absolute URLs. So most of the people don't prefer these absolute URLs. So mostly prefer relative URLs, which means links of images will be hosted within that website. That is our within our control. So URL doesn't include domain name, so no need of to give domain name. It is in our site. So if the URL without any slash, it can be retrieve the current page. That is without any full path of the image, you can give a source is equal to just image, name of the image is enough, because this is the relative URL which is within hosted it within our website. And it is for example, if we want to use the image which is in our system, we don't need to specify whole path. If that image is in that drive, we can give only name of that image. If it is other drive or any other, you can have to specify the path. If the URL begins with the slash, it will be related to the domain. For example, you can say that here if that slash is there, images, in that images you want to go and select that particular image. So it is almost always best to use a relative URLs. It will not break you if you change the domain. You can change the domain, it will be not affected your website. The output will be same. So always go to the relative URLs, not absolute URLs. So as already we discussed height and width of that image, we can also specify with these attributes. As we see in the previous example, the same example is given here with the height and same. As we seen, we have changed the heights like 500 and 100, same 100. So the image will be small. Likewise, we can use height and weight. width of that image. So next, alt attribute, as we seen earlier in the image, if the alt attribute of the image specifies the alternate text for an image, if the image for a reason, for any reason, for any some reason we can't be displayed, then due to slow network connection or any error in the source attribute, or if the user uses to screen recorder everything, then we are going to use this alternate attribute plays a major role at that time. For example, here we can have an image of this. They have given goal with a jacket attribute here. The same I have explained you previously. If any slow network connection, or there is any change in the URL, then you are going to have that alternative name with that you are going to display. Get you can this attributes is nothing but giving additional information about that element, like right here is the attribute shows the correct thing about that. So that's it about this alt attribute. And next, this is the example scene. We have seen what happens if you try to display an image that doesn't exist. As we say, that image doesn't exist. Here we have given image typo.typej.com, which is doesn't exist in that particular website or any path. Then you will get an error like this. Here we are displaying the alternative path like that. So this is also one example. If that is not exist, or any connection, internet connection is slow, then also alternate message will be displayed next to the image, or any source file, any source attribute is wrong. If that attribute is not present in a slow network, in any aspect, that alternative message will be displayed. Next, we have a style attribute. Style attribute is used to add styles to the elements. We can add styles. In styles we have a color, font, size, and many more styling elements are there. If you can add any styling element by using this style attribute. For example, I have given paragraph style color red. This is the paragraph. This is the content in the paragraph, and we have closing a p paragraph. Let's try this. Um, Yes, this is the attribute. This is the attribute is add styles to the elements such as color. I'm giving the paragraph with the color. We can have, this is the syntax of this. Style is equal to, in the brackets we will have to specify color red. And also we can specify where it to be, and anything, many stylings are there we can give here. And we can have to close that style. So this is the output of this is red paragraph, and we can give this paragraph also, we can style this paragraph also, like paragraph is equal to color. What color I have to give here? I will give that is blue color, and I'm closing that. So, and also heading also I'm giving, we can also style the headings also, like style is equal to some color, like we can say what color do you want. I'm giving a sky blue color I have given, and I'm closing that tag, that color style. These are the attributes which I have given for these elements by using this style attribute. Let's see the output. Here we get the colors. I'm given heading as a sky blue color, and blue color for the paragraph, and next paragraph is a red color, and we can change the paragraph elements and everything we can change. And we can give the body, entire body also style. We can style that body, entire body, like style is equal to color. What color I have to give? I will give entire as red here. Let's see. This is the starting tag of the body, in which we have to give the styling. If you given the body tag as styling, what wrong I have done? Yes, I have done here. Styling is equal to the yes, very good. Now nice. Now what see here, the output will be, yeah, here we have given each and every tag different style, then it will give that styling only irrespective of the body. For example, I have given another tag of h1 as a heading. Let's see, you can get a clarity about that heading I have given, and I'm closing this tag. H1. I'm closing H1 tag here. Yes. Now check the output. I'm getting a color of red because this H1 tag is in the body. So body styling will be applied everything in the body. What the elements included in the body will go gives the styling of the body which I have given. For the styling, what the styling I have given for the body will be given to the elements which is in the body. But I'm giving individual styling for the elements, so that will be overridden by the styling which is given by the body, and it give that color. If I gonna remove that styling of that page, then it will take a color of that body itself. If you can give individual colors or entire body, we can give, and we will have any many more attributes like a background color also, like many more attributes are there. Yeah, we will gonna see in the coming sessions. I think you get a clarity what video styling of a body will override the individual elements. How it will be is very clear, I think now. So let's see next. You will learn about the styles by using these styling chapters, where we can go through these styling chapters as we discussed earlier. Style, font change, this is I'm red and blue. I can give any color here, and also styles. Here is the syntax of this style tag name, what type of tag it is. This is starting the style is equal to property. What type of property you want to give, color or background color or a font and everything. Styling property is colons value. What type of value do you want for that property? So property is a CSS property and CSS value. That will be styling is another part of CSS, which is a cascade styling. We can see in the clear view after in the coming sessions. So we can give background color, like we have seen style is equal to background color, powder blue is everything we can give here, and we can give individual colors. Styling background blue tomato, we can try this example. You can see style is equal to background, this is a blue, this is the heading, and the style is a background tomato color, and this is, and we can also give here and a color, just color of we can say as a white we here. To differentiate that, I'm giving white here. So if you're gonna run this, then color means the font which the content in that will be the color, white color, and the background will be the that part of that paragraph background will be that tomato color. So like that you can style any by giving this syntax like property colon value. Style is equal to property dot property colon value, like that you can give. And you have many more examples of styles, fonts, and we can also font, we can give the font also, font property also we have in the in this. Which type of font do you want, this is the font, and you wanna give another font like we have Times New Roman. Likewise many fonts are there. You can, if you know that fonts, you can use those also. Like I have given Times New Roman and Courier, like that fonts, font family. With the font family property, you can give that fonts and font size. With how much of font size do you want? And text align. Text align is a property where is a property where we can where that text will be center or right. You can give as right, then it will be displayed at right, both the right. I will give one. So it will be printed at right side of the corner, and we can give this as left also, we can give. So one will be left and one will be right, it's funny. And both will be left, we can give, or centered we can give, like that we can change any text align also have the property in the styling. So chapter styling, we have background color, font family, font size, text align, and everything we can have here. As we are discussing here, styling is over. We can go through the styling chapter. And next, a lang attribute, where we will have to see that Lang, lang is an attribute used in HTML tag to declare language of that web page, which in which language we are going to design that web page. Many knows English, but many other people are going to write the HTML tag in other languages based upon their regions. This is mean that assist the search engines and browsers. Which type of search engines are there to help those engines? We are giving this language. They are telling the browser to which type of language you are going to write in this. Here we am giving the lang attribute is equal to English. Here the value is en, which describes the English language. Like that, this is the syntax of that lang attribute. Next, countries can also be added is the lang code attribute. The first two characters define the language of that HTML page, and the last two characters will define the country, we can say. For example, here we are including English along with the country, which is used United States as a country. We can say en slash US. Like this, we can also give here. So this is the syntax of that. And if you want to code referentials, we can go to the reference and see many one codes we have like here and websites, and what are the tracks for different countries, and codes of their in which Chinese we have use ZH, and some different countries will have different those much is not needed, as we are familiar with the English and we use that is enough up to now. And next, title attribute which is given to extra information about that element. The value of title attribute will be displayed on the top tip of the mouse over the element. If you gonna click on that element, that will give, for example, in this website we're gonna just try this example, then we will get a clarity of that. For example, I am given title is I am a header, the title I am given, and this is the I am a tooltip I have given. So if you're gonna run this, you will get this. If you touch this, if you move mouse over this paragraph to display the title attribute as tooltip, if you move your mouse on this paragraph, my mouse is not working, I think. If you're gonna tooltip like this, you will get to know what title it's gonna give. Here we can see I am a header, it is going to tell me like that. If you click on this, yes, if you place mouse, just it's going to tell I am a header or I am a tooltip, like that. My mouse is not in proper conditions. I've seen one time it came, just came like that. I can run it that again once again. Like this tooltip, the title which is given will becomes under the tooltip. Here we can see it came and gone. Yes, pause this video and observe that. So that is the title of the tooltip. If you task that, it will give this is that part, this is that part. If you wanna know extra information about that element, then you have to give that title in that element in the starting tag, So why the lowercase attributes will be suggested most of the times? Like it is in HTML tags, it's a case sensitive, like title, like if you like this, and lowercase or uppercase is doesn't matter, but we'll highly recommend to use a lowercase. And what is meant by quotations? How to write quotations in your websites? Let's see that. Doesn't require quotes about attribute values. Recommend quotes in the HTML attributes and defines quotes for structure document types in HTML. If you are writing the attributes, it doesn't require to write in the quotations. For example, if you write HTML, HTTPS www.3schools.com in the quotations, it will be good. If you can also write in without quotations. For better practice, we highly recommend to use the quotations, like how we highly recommend you to use lowercase letters. Likewise, with W3 schools and many more scholars on developers suggest you to use these references and links, everything in a quotations for better results. And sometimes we use quotations and doesn't display title correctly. because it contains space. For example, we can see here in this example go through, like we have a title about W3 schools we can have here without quotations also you can write. So as generally we will have to write in this column uh, in the quotations, then you will gonna run. If you place here, so we can see it is taking as an it is taking as an title. Okay, if you wanna remove these quotes, how it will gonna take that? They are getting also now also toolbar is cutting getting about W3 schools, but in so highly preferable, but it not displayed accurately in some browsers. In some things spaces are required now, so better to use quotations in those attributes. Single or double quotes. What is meant by single or double quotes? Double quotes around the attribute values are most common in HTML, but single attributes can also be used. Generally, we use double quotes, but here they are telling that single quotes also okay with that while using those. We can in some situations when the attribute value itself contain double quotes. In some situations, as we wanna highlight this gun shotgun, then we wanna double quotes in that content. Then what we have to do, we have to specify the normal content in the single quote, and that value should highlighted you wanna highlight should be included in the double quotes. Then it will be okay. Or vice versa, you can do the double quotes in the whole title value, and what you wanna highlight will be in the short quote, then that value will be highlighted. So vice versa, you can use and highlight the content which you wanna highlight. So up to now what we have done, the chapter summary will be HTML elements have attributes. For h reference hyperlink test for a tag we will have h reference attribute, and the image tag we have source attribute and height attribute and weight attribute, and also alternate text attribute alt, and also for any attribute or for any element you will have an style attribute where we can style add colors, font family and sizes and many more background colors and everything we can add under this style attribute. And next language attribute, which is a lang attribute in the HTML tag. It should be included in the only HTML tag to declare the language of that web page. And next title attribute, which will be in every tag, which defines the extra information about that element, what type of that element or tag it will be. So likewise, after this you will have HTML exercise where you can practice your things, like what we have given title is given here. Likewise, you can practice simple questions will be there, and if you can submit this, you will get the output. Submit answer. Yes, correct. Likewise, you can practice many more exercises here for a clear understanding of that exercise. So next, if you want a more reference about the HTML attributes, you can go through this link and get attribute references. What type of attributes we have in the alphabetical order is listed here in the table. Accept, access key, action, align, BG, color, background color, border, and everything, color span, and many things are there. In the coming sections, we are going to discuss all these things. No need to worry about that. So that's all for today. Today we have learned about the HTML attributes and what are the stylings and what are the attributes in different tags. What is what is meant by attributes and how to use them. What are the specifications and what are the things we have to keep in mind. Everything is discussed here. So that's all for today. Thanks for watching, and subscribe to my channel, and click the bell icon below to get notified each time when we upload a new video, so that you can't gonna miss any video of our tutorial or any other concepts also. So stay tuned, and if you like this video, give a big thumbs up below, and if you have any doubts regarding to these sessions and any topics related to this HTML, you can comment us in the comment section, and we will let us know. Let us clarify your doubts, and so that's all for today. Thanks for watching. Bye bye.